What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Muscular Chef. This is Mui, and today we're going to focus on lunch ideas. Let's get cooking. A lunch is a midday meal, varying in sizes depending on the culture. Now, in Canada, in Canadian culture at least, a lunch would be considered your second meal after the breakfast. Now, in fitness culture, the lunch would be considered the third meal because you would have had your breakfast, you would have had your snack, mid-morning snack, and then the lunch would be the third meal of the day. Now, a lunch to me is usually a bridge. It's usually what takes me from the morning to the afternoon. Now, when I'm consuming my lunch, I want to make sure that the lunch is light enough, yet tasty and delicious, and not too heavy. The reason why I don't want to eat a heavy lunch is because, for one, the itis. If you're not familiar with what the itis is, I suggest you go watch an episode of The Boondocks. Essentially, you may be sitting at your computer, typing out an email, thinking it's making sense, but not actually, because you're really full and you can't focus at all. So the itis is a bad thing. It's a good thing while you're eating, but it's a bad thing. So for that reason, I have two easy recipes today. They're fairly light, fairly quick to make, and you can also make them in advance. So with that being said, the first one that we're going to make is a steak sandwich. And then the second one that we're going to make is just a nice old green salad. I am not a vegetarian, but when it comes to this salad here, there's enough flavor for me to eat it without a problem. So let's get to it. So you don't need much to accomplish this recipe. I have some red onions. Those are the first things that I'm going to put in there. It's just going to make sure that I get them nice and sauteed. And a nice hot pan with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, of course. So just make sure the onions are get nice and caramelized in there. Don't want to burn them. And this will serve as a dressing to the sandwich right here. And again, you can use any type of onion really, to be honest. And the only reason why I use the red onions is because I find they pack more flavor. And also with steak, it's a great combination in my opinion. They just go hand in hand. And when there's steak, there's always mushroom, or there should always be mushroom. And the nice thing about this steak sandwich is the ingredients that I'm using as a base for it are also the ingredients that you're going to find in the salad that I make. So these things, as you're making it, you can actually buy the ingredients at the same time. So when you're planning your next grocery run, it's another way to save time, not only grocery shopping, but also cooking it in advance. And another great thing is you can actually make all of this in advance. Now you don't have to melt the sandwich at the same time because it's going to get soggy. But you can definitely prepare the mushrooms, the red pepper, and the onion well in advance, and then just pack it with you wherever you're going. And as it's sizzling and cooking, I'm just going to go ahead and place one of my steaks in there. As you can see, it's fairly thin. And the reason why I like this cut is it's good for sandwiches. It cooks fast, it's not too thick. I can put it in any type of bread that I want depending on what sandwich I'm making that day. And it cooks fast too. So now the downside is it doesn't pack as much flavor as, let's say, a T-bone. That's why you really have to flavor it the way you want to flavor it. In this case, I don't want to put too much salt, I don't want to put too much on it. I want to taste the beef. So what I usually do is just put a little fine herb seasoning on it. Just keep it nice and simple. And also have the onions, the mushrooms, and the red pepper to kind of complement that. And to finish, I have avocado. Who doesn't love avocado? It's just that nice butter in your mouth. It's nature's butter, pretty much. Ground pepper on it. I'll go ahead and place a second piece. And when you place the piece, you don't even have to move it a lot. Just keep it there. I'd say maybe 3-5 minutes. And beef doesn't really cook like pork, right? It doesn't take too much time to cook. And if you like your meat rare, as I do, you don't really want to overcook it. You just want to make sure that you get enough heat in it, but still maintains that juice, those juices. That's what I like, licking my fingers when the juice is falling from the meat. That's what I like. Yeah. I'm serious too. I bought these whole wheat pitas. I was just gonna get tortillas, but to be honest with you, what drew me to this is the picture on it. I saw the picture on it, you know, they kind of cut it in half and you had everything sticking out. It looked pretty. That's what I'm gonna attempt to do, but you can use anything. You can use a tortilla. A tortilla would be great. You can wrap it up and stack it with you. This right here might be better to eat it in one, you know, you make it right now, you eat it now, and you don't want it to be too soggy, just because you don't want food falling out of place. But we're gonna try it out. Again, it's whole wheat, whole grain, so it's brown, equivalent of brown bread. So it's not too bad. See how the beef is kind of browning at the bottom? You see the little bubbles? Now this is the moment that you want to turn it around. Right there. Again, you don't want to burn it. You just want to make sure it catches all the heat that it can. And then you complete the seasoning on the other side. A little fresh ground pepper. A little fine herb. I try to limit my sodium intake, so I don't use too much salt. But it's not bad if you use it in moderation, just like everything else in life. Now, there are so many meals you can make for lunch. Like I said, a lunch is pretty much, to me, what coffee is for someone who doesn't like the morning. If I don't have a good lunch, that will determine the rest of my day. That's why I always make sure that I pack a good lunch, because that not only affects me, but affects the people around me. Believe me. You feed me pizza for lunch, you don't want to see me in the afternoon. You don't want to cross me. That's not a good lunch. That's not good food. You give me a nice juicy steak, and I'm telling you, everything will get done on that day that was supposed to take a whole week. That's how much lunch means to me. At this point, I'm just going to start slicing the beef. That way we can fit it nicely in the pita bread. And also we're just going to give it a chance to fully cook for those who like their meat well done. You see this pink color inside? That's the stage where I would eat it normally. You know, and this whole pita bread is just another version of shawarma, you know? If you're into that. As far as dressing up your pita, you can pretty much put anything. Not anything. Don't put garlic sauce in there. Garlic sauce is fattening. You can put mustard if you wanted to. I don't put anything, you know, in the bread. The reason being, I have avocado. As I mentioned, avocado is nature's butter. You kind of just melt everything together in your mouth. Same thing as pineapple in a salad. We'll get to that a little later. But that's why I don't put anything. I make sure that the food that I put in is juicy enough that I don't need to put mayo or butter or none of that stuff. This is just perfect. Look at these colors. Look at these colors. Summer colors, onions are nice and soft, crunchy. Whew. Now, I still want to, it's still a healthy lunch. So what I'm going to do here, you can use any greens you want. I'm just going to put a little kale in there, because everything green is always good, money. So just put as much meat as you need to. A little mushroom. Just fill it up all the way to the top. And then come over here now. We're not done yet. Just finish with a little green onion on top, just like that. Nice pieces of avocado in there. Like I said, the avocado is really going to bring everything together. And why not a nice fresh slice of tomato? Why not? Look at this. It looks pretty good to me. So you have your pita bread here. It's whole grain, avocado. You have the mushrooms, you have the steak, you have the tomato, the green onion to kind of finish it off. And there you have it.